With Us programme has been going for a couple of years now. It's been running here in Glendurgan for 2 years, and we get different groups in, for example, like St Petrox, which have been visiting us today. Also the wheelchair ramblers, so they've also got access to not just this property, but lots of different properties within the National Trust throughout the UK. What I've also found with this walks programme over the last couple of years is people just love being out in nature. They enjoy time together as a group, but they also enjoy being out by themselves within that group. So they can be walking, taking photographs, enjoying the scenery. At the end of the day, we normally get together at the bottom of Glendurgan, pop in for a cup of tea, coffee, biscuits, a chat, and then we call in the maze on the way back up towards the end of the walk, so they can enjoy that as well.
It was summertime when I did my first walk. I remember feeling quite overwhelmed to begin with and sticking like close to Mike because I was like, oh my gosh, look at all these people. We are all residents of St Petrox for a reason. Like, it may not all be the same reason, but we understand what it's like, and so that gives us a commonality. Not really having to explain ourselves or justify how or why we became homeless. It felt comforting and like you were less alone.
Our mission is to end homelessness in Cornwall. That is the overall aim. I work with a VDP, so Vocational Development Programme. So the ultimate goal would be to get people to move away from St Petrox into their own property and off benefits into work. So that's the ultimate goal.
I was a resident in one of their houses for just over 2 years. I had a relationship breakdown and it wasn't really safe for me to stay where I was living at the time. Nosdal introduced me to St Petrox. Their outreach worker came and spoke to me about what they do, about their mission, offered for me to have a look around one of their properties. Moved in shortly after that. These walks are really important to me and they have helped a lot with my confidence.
The Coast Path Connectors project was a project started by the South West Coast Path Association, and we regularly link with the National Trust. Walking's a great way to connect with nature, but it's also a great way to connect with other people. In nature there's no awkward silences, there's always something to point out, something to talk about, something to see.
I didn't join on my first walk until probably 6 months after I first moved in. I had a lot of anxiety, and then I was finally convinced to come along, and I'm really, really glad I did. I find it so brilliant to take part in these walks.
She's moved out of St Petrox officially from our supported accommodation, but she's still on the Vocational Development Programme because she wants to be and because she loves coming to the events and keeping the connections, and actually has ended up a bit of an ambassador for us.
I remember when I first got the news that I'd been nominated for a property, I was like, oh no, but does that mean I can't do these walks anymore? And I remember being quite upset about it. But I was assured that I can still continue to go on these walks and that St Petrox are going to be there. It feels nice to go on these walks as an ex-resident because I feel like I can be a representation of someone who has gone through that sort of system and have come out on the other end and hopefully provide some hope.
Being outside in nature, enjoying it, and being yourself, and being with other people as well. And that's what makes me really happy at the end of the day, because I see them, you know, I get a bit emotional about this, but I see them when they turn up here, and they can be a bit apprehensive, and when at the end of the day they leave the garden and to see a smile on their face just makes my day.